What's good, everybody? Welcome back to 876 United Fox TV. I'm your boy Taj Bryan, and we have some news here in Anthony Martial is at the center of attention. So guys, at this time, you know what to do. Smash that like button, turn on your post notifications bell, and also subscribe. Now let's get straight into the meat of the matter and let's proceed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we're starting here with one of my first credible sources here in Manchester Evening News. Now it states here that Anthony Martial says it's true that he is inconsistent and he explains why. So let us divulge in that just a little bit. Now basically Anthony Martial here is giving his reasons as to why, at times he shows glimpses that he is a tremendous footballer and that he has the ability to make things happen. We saw it in pre-season. We saw it in the season where Ole started him, Rashford, and I believe it was Greenwood that season, the COVID season, right? And he calls very renowned managers' names in his reasons as to why he's inconsistent. And I mean, also he has been also criticized about his attitude, his approach towards the game, just to name a few things as to why he may also be inconsistent, right? And persons always criticize as well that he's injury prone and so on and so forth, and he's not reliable. But we're going to move on to our next source as to why he says that he's inconsistent. Now, the first manager we will speak on here, it states on the Daily Mail that Anthony Martial hits out on former managers, accusing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of treachery for playing him when he was injured, and claims that Jose Mourinho lacked respect by stripping him of the number 9 shirt without telling him. Now, these are very, very serious accusations here by Anthony Martial. Now, when it comes to Ole playing him injured, I can vouch for Martial on that, because not only him was played injured. Remember that same COVID season where Greenwood, Rashford and Martial was our front three, that dynamic front three at that time, Rashford was playing injured. He had an injured shoulder, and there were other niggles that a lot of players carried, and Ole would run them wreck. Those were one of the criticisms that we as fans had of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and here he is, accusing him of being played during all those injuries and so on and so forth. So obviously that can be a cause as to why he's inconsistent, because why he may not be playing as aggressively as he would like, because he would be afraid of aggravating that injury more and so on and so forth, and he would play more reserved than what is needed of him in the United jersey. Now, for me, I could understand these allegations and so on and so forth, because the proof is in the pudding and there's evidence, right? So let's move along. Now, as it relates to Jose Mourinho stripping him of the number 9 jersey here, and I believe this is a new site. It's entitled 90 Minute. This article was done by Craig Vickers. So here there's more info as to what went down regarding Martial getting stripped of the number 9 jersey. And that was when Zlatan came to the club. Remember, that was when Jose came and brought in Pogba, Mkhitaryan, Zlatan, all of those things. So apparently there was lack of communication as it relates. So, well, Zlatan, you're getting the number 9, and apparently Martial is saying that he was not briefed by his then manager at the time. And I believe player-manager relationships, there should be open communication, and that can play a part as to the relationship that a player and a manager has. So I could understand that, but also during that period, was it Jose Mourinho? Yes, we're speaking about Jose Mourinho. He also got Alexis Sanchez, somebody who Jose also wanted, and we know the story with Alexis Sanchez as well, who he didn't really work out at Manchester United. So the Zlatan came to the club, which would take minutes off, Anthony Martial's game, because Martial, as he also stated, he preferred to play the number 9 role, and he was stripped of that number 9 jerseys, therefore he's not the number 9. Now the next position in for him would have been the left hand side, which Alexis Sanchez came in to play. So that as well played a part, and Sanchez, who really did not show the best of him at United, would always get game time over Anthony Martial. So that is what it is regarding Mourinho and Martial's relationship. Right, ladies and gentlemen, you agree or you disagree? Now at the end of it all, this is a very interesting and serious case and a matter to analyze, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, it can be said that the player should apply himself better in order to not be in such situation where he has to clarify reasons, and it's relative and it's opinionated. However, we also have to look at both sides of the coin. We can't just be biased just because the player is X, Y, and Z and he's not showing the best of himself. Because for me, I am more on the objective side of things. Yes, I am disappointed that he's an inconsistent player and so on and so forth. But we also have to be cognizant that there are other factors that causes players not to show their best for whichever team they represent. Now, as it relates, based on what Anthony Martial is saying here, we can say that these are credible and plausible reasons to not be playing consistently well. However, persons always, as well as myself, criticize Martial that, listen, you have to work for your game, right? Then when we hear this saying that he was played during injuries, we can say, well, I can understand his poor performances in that respect. Now, in the scenarios where he's fit and he has to work for his game, now that is where I say that you need to work to start. And this manager that we have now is a prime example of you need to work for your game. It's not guaranteed, and if you put in poor performances, you won't play for the club. So it's both sides that needs to be looked at here. So I don't want to hear anybody, oh, Martial is this, Martial is that, he's a dress room separator and blah blah blah, right? He's just putting his side of the story out there, and know that he's in the situation where it's okay to do so, right? Probably, or no, manager is more hands-on and more, hell-bent on building good relations with the players. So probably as a result of that, he's trying to shine a positive light on our manager, which I'm just saying that. I don't know if that's the case, So think about it, people. Alright, so remember, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now, before I close off, before we go, guys, remember, not because we're performing well every now and then means that we shouldn't remember this. Glazers out. I'm going to say it after every single one of my videos. We need to get owners that wants to build the club wholesomely. We don't want people that just come in and just pump money to get any sort of players. Remember, the Manchester United grounds need renovation, needs improvement, right? Our fans need better accommodation, right? People, don't don't get intoxicated by the success of the on-pitch activities, because when it comes to transfers and various other things, you're going to see the incompetency of this club. Now, there's one positive thus far as it relates to the club, which is our manager, who seems to know, and he knows what he wants of the players, right? So let us also get a proper regime above him to help him rebuild the theater of dreams. Guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, drop a comment down below, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys.